That's a really nice question you have asked today. Actually, this question has been playing on my mind for a very long time, and I'm glad it has come back again. You're not the first one to ask me this. A lot of people have asked me, Didi, why does Baba inflict pain upon us? Why has Baba given me this particular pain? Why does God give us pain at all? And before I narrate the answer, I must share a little anecdote here. Something that happened in Sri Lanka. Lakshmi from our team was coming live on television in Sri Lanka talking about the healing work we do. And just before her live was a Swamiji from one of the missions who was speaking. And he was talking about how kind and compassionate God is. And then on the live interview, the interviewer asked him, Swamiji, when God is so kind, why does he inflict pain upon us? And Swamiji apparently got very angry and he said, go ask God this question. He gives the pain, let him answer. To which Lakshmi actually came back and told me, Didi, I could have answered that if I had been asked a question, because you have always given us the answer. Yes, I have always given this answer to all the people I know. Because I think somewhere in life we are going really wrong in our thoughts and our notions. Everybody who comes and says to me, why has God given a problem to me? In fact, so many people every day come and ask me to ask Baba for them. Ask Baba, Didi, why did he give cancer to my husband? Then another one comes, Didi, my child is just 3. Why did Baba give a brain tumor to my little baby? Just look, Didi, how could Baba do it to my child? Then a third one comes, who has probably someone in the family who met with an accident and says, Didi, please ask Baba, why an accident in our family? Why my brother? I really have a question to ask all of you today. You think God sitting up there in heaven or Baba sitting up there in heaven is totally useless in life? They have nothing to do? So Baba sits there and says, oh, today I'm very bored. Call that person. Come, take cancer. Another day, I have nothing to do. Come, go meet with an accident. I'm not enjoying. Get a child to me and put a tumor inside the child. That's ridiculous. Please think about it. You think that is all God has to do in life? In His life, whatever that life is about? You as a mother, you as a father, do you go and throw your children right in front of running buses? Would any mother do that? Please answer my question. You're all nodding and saying no right now. Then how do you question Baba? When you as a mother cannot go and throw your child in front of a running bus, when you as a father will never go and pray to God and say, God, please give a tumor to my child, then why do you think that father, that mother sitting up there has nothing to do than distribute all this to us? As a parent, when you get so hurt when your child says the slightest harsh thing to you, as a parent, how does our Baba feel when you ask him such questions? Baba, why me? Baba, why did you give this to me? You think he's giving this pain to you? In Hinduism, we firmly believe in something called the laws of karma. And today in every religion, if you go deep, there is the mention of this law in some form or another. If I go to science, science has today started believing in reincarnation. Even science says that our current life, present life has an association with the past life. So what we have done in the past, be it in a previous life or be it in this life, is ultimately going to come back to us in one form or another. The good we do comes back manyfold. So also the bad we do comes back to us. We have to answer that. So if there is somebody who is suffering in the present, it is surely because of that karma that he has done. It is like a cycle. The good goes to the cosmos and brings back good. The bad also goes into the cosmos and brings back negative energies. If you go deeper into spirituality, if you read your scriptures, if you read the Hindu scriptures, if you read medical journals, everywhere today there is a mention that every soul that comes into the human form is asked before that soul is cast down to choose its life. It is shown a movie of something like a running movie of its karmas. This is the good you have done and this is the bad you have done. And you need to live this out in this particular janma. What do you choose? How would you like to live it? So the soul decides that, my God, I have done so much bad. I don't want to stay in the human form, and I'm happy in the soul form, in the energy form. I want to finish this life off quickly and come back again. The soul chooses that. The soul says, okay, in this lifetime, if I take a severe disease upon myself, can I repay all of this and then merge into my God? Another soul says, okay, let me be born as a little child with a tumor, with a cancer. Let me suffer those 4, 5, 6 years tremendously and go back. In fact, come back to the other world, to the world where the soul is in the energy form, in its purest form, closest to God. So this is a choice made by every individual soul. This is not something that God inflicts upon us. A soul chooses its journey. It also chooses the people with whom it wants to come back. It is collective karma. If you have a collective karma with some people from a past life, they somehow come back around you in the present life and you live through the karma together. So when a child suffers, the parents suffer. When a parent suffers, the child suffers. This is all part of the collective karma. This is part of our journey and this is totally by our choice. So please stop questioning God. Swamiji, who had come on TV, please don't give answers like this to people by saying, go ask God why He inflicts pain. God is compassionate. In fact, God is compassion. He is love. He is kindness. When I look at my Baba, I only see love. I just see His eyes and I melt. He is so full of love for all of us. Every moment of our life, He stands with us. He holds our hand. He holds us together. He gives everything He has to us so that we can go through this journey with strength. And then when we go back and say to Him, you took away my child, you gave me trouble, just imagine how much we break His heart. Please don't do it. Please learn to accept life as it is. Remember, we are all alive. We are human. Even Lord Rama and Ma Sita had to go through their journey as human beings. Challenges, problems, troubles. When Baba was alive, he has faced so many problems. Even God, when He comes in the human form, He has to live through troubles. We are still human. We have to have our troubles. We have to have our challenges. But to accept them and to live happily with them is what living gracefully is all about. Stop questioning Him. Stop worrying unnecessarily about it and learn to accept. In acceptance lies grace. In acceptance lies peace. In acceptance lies a better life for all of us. So love any God, any deity that you worship and trust in Him. Trust that He will never bring about suffering upon you. And in fact, if there is any suffering, He is going to stand by you holding your hand and give you more and more strength, more and more inner strength to live this life better. So live with faith and live in grace. I hope that answers your question.